The guys that brought this Ford Fiesta, they're driving this around the world. My Ford Fiesta is not stock. We put a V6 from a Taurus show with a 5-speed in the back because there are certain parts of the world where people are going to chase you. And this will get you out of there fairly quickly. You've got about 300 horsepower, so you can move it a little faster than you can in that Fiesta. But this one is 21 years old, and I've been driving it, well, I'd say I've probably driven around the world 3 or 4 times. So what I did was I bought the Fiesta. First thing you do is you throw out the little 4-cylinder engine. It's a fine engine, but I live in a hilly area, and you take the engine out of, well, they don't make it anymore, but back in the 80s they made a car called the Taurus Show. It was the V6 overhead cam engine with a 5-speed transmission, and you take the whole drivetrain out, you turn it around, you put it in back of this car, so you have a rear-wheel drive Festiva now. And it's kind of fun when you pull up to stoplights. Kids go, hey, you got your big wheels on the back, man. I know, I don't know much about cars. And then you blow their doors off. And of course, you've got a little nitrous oxide just in case. As I said, I live in a hilly area, and that'll get you over the hills a little bit. But that takes you about a little over 300 horsepower, which isn't much by today's standards, but in 1989, oh my God, that was huge. That was huge numbers. So I've had this car for a long time, and it's pretty bulletproof, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I think it's a great world car. I mean, I think it's probably the last great Ford world car was the Model T. I mean, it was built under license in England and France and all over the place. And although they, you know, in the 70s and the 60s, they used to say, oh no, different countries, they don't like, they want this kind of car. They want it. Well, no, Henry Ford believed, you know, the terrain all around the world is not that much different than it is here in the United States. So a car that can work here can work anywhere. And the Model T did it, and I think that car can do it as well. I mean, it's a nice size, it's got plenty of power, it's a nice handling car. I love them, I think they're great. I mean, to me, the real test is if you enjoy driving something like that more than you do a more expensive car, because it's fun, and that's what I like about those. I think they're a fun car. Well, just going around the world would seem annoying after a certain point. You know, there's certain parts of the world I'm interested in, and the rest of it, it's, well, I don't, yeah. I guess it's a lot of fun. Again, I have a very short attention span, so once I would get about 800 miles out of LA, all right, this is no longer fun, let's go home. But yeah, you can drive around the world if you want. I couldn't think of a finer car to do it in.